Hi, I'm Carl Erickson. We're here to talk about the Blackhawk NightEdge fixed blade knife. I get asked all the time, Carl, why do you have a fixed blade knife on your body armor? Why would you bring a knife like that into combat? I'm here to explain it to you. You should always have a good knife just for basic utility. Opening things, chopping things, all the utility that you're gonna do, you're gonna use a knife more than you're gonna be shooting in combat, right? But when it comes to combat, right, a good example is I come into the room with my rifle and there's a combatant right there in front of me. If he pins down my rifle to my front and I can't get my rifle up and we're starting to do combatives, I'd reach down and I'd draw my pistol. The problem with bringing a pistol into those close quarters like that is the combatant can grab onto that pistol, easily twist it left or right and get it out of my hand. That's why you don't want to bring a pistol out at that time. The alternative is I pull out a fixed blade knife. Now, that combative, imagine him grabbing onto the front of this razor sharp knife. He's not gonna twist this puppy out of my hand. It's not gonna happen. All right, now besides just combat, around the campsite, there's 100 different uses for a good solid knife. You'll notice that this has a serrated upper edge. Now it's very thick, and that serration does not go all the way down to the end. It's very thick right in this area. That reinforces the point. It's also serrated down here. By having that reinforced point, you don't have to worry about snapping off the tip of that knife, stabbing into somebody wearing a lot of clothing, or doing real utility work around the campsite. All right, the serration on the top, instead of having like the big saw teeth that you saw on those big knives in the Rambo movies, well, they look very pretty and intimidating. Those saw teeth are not very utilitarian. You just can't get a lot of work done with them. If you were to push it through something and then try to draw it back out, those saw teeth are gonna get hooked up on the material, whatever it might be. Serrated edge, definitely the way to go. You look at this handle here, this is not just a cheap plastic handle bolted onto this. This is a full tang blade, goes all the way through to a solid pommel on the back. What that does is it makes this a very, very strong blade. But when I pull this knife up out of my kit, whether I'm holding the blade this way or that way, because of the curve of the handle, even in the dark, my hand will immediately tell me, hey, which way the blade is oriented. So it's a very, very good feature on this blade. It's very, very comfortable. So if you have to do a lot of work while you're out camping or in the field, you don't have to worry about eating up the palm of your hand, getting blisters, stuff like that. Very, very tough blade. So if you've got to bring a knife out with you somewhere, whether it's out camping, hunting, or into a combat situation, bring a good fixed blade knife, bring the Blackhawk NightEdge.